Here is the reason Spain is rushing Princess Leonor's military training. What if the future of an entire monarchy depended on how fast a teenage princess could become a soldier? In the silent corridors of Spain's royal palaces, far from the flashing cameras and public smiles, a race against time is unfolding. Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain, is undergoing one of the most intense and accelerated military training programs ever designed for a European royal heir. And the question on everyone's mind is simple but unsettling. Why is Spain rushing her military training? Is it tradition, political urgency, growing instability in Europe, a hidden crisis inside the Spanish monarchy? Or is something far bigger happening behind the scenes? The truth is both dramatic and complex, a story of legacy, survival, political pressure, national identity, and a monarchy fighting to stay relevant in the modern world. And once you understand what's really going on, you will never look at Princess Leonor the same way again. So make sure you stay with us until the very end, because what we uncover may completely change how you see Spain's royal future. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so you never miss stories like this. A princess born with a crown waiting for her. Princess Leonor de Borbón y Ortiz was born on October 31, 2005, destined from her very first breath to become Spain's next queen. As the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, her life was mapped out long before she could walk, talk, or understand the weight of her destiny. In Spain, the monarchy is not just symbolic, it represents continuity, stability, and national identity. After decades of dictatorship, political turmoil, and economic crises, the Spanish monarchy has served as a unifying force. But it is also fragile. Scandals involving former King Juan Carlos I severely damaged public trust. Political divisions between regions like Catalonia and Madrid continue to strain unity. Republican movements questioning the relevance of monarchy are growing louder. And into this fragile environment steps Princess Leonor, a young woman burdened with restoring faith in the crown. From the moment her father ascended the throne, Leonor became the living symbol of Spain's future. And in that future, military leadership is not optional, it is essential. Why military training matters so much in Spain? Unlike in many other monarchies, Spain's monarch is not only a ceremonial figure. The Spanish constitution defines the king or queen as commander-in-chief of the armed forces. This role is deeply symbolic, but also highly political and strategic. To command respect, loyalty, and authority within Spain's military, the future monarch must understand military discipline, combat strategy, operational command, leadership under pressure, physical endurance, emotional resilience. In short, Spain demands a warrior queen, not a decorative princess. Without proper military credentials, a monarch risks losing legitimacy, respect, and influence within the armed forces, and by extension, the nation itself. That is why Leonor's military training is not ceremonial. It is brutal, exhausting, and relentless. And now, it is being accelerated. The clock is ticking. Why Spain can't afford to wait? One of the biggest reasons behind the rushed training schedule is simple: time is not on Leonor's side. King Felipe VI is still young and healthy, but political unpredictability has taught Spain a painful lesson: nothing is guaranteed. History has proven that monarchies must always prepare for the unexpected. Abdications, health crises, political scandals, sudden constitutional reforms, social unrest. Spain has already experienced forced abdication when Juan Carlos stepped down amid scandal. The monarchy learned a hard truth: they must always have a fully prepared successor. Leonor cannot afford years of slow, gradual preparation. If something happened tomorrow, Spain must be confident that its next queen is ready, militarily, politically, and emotionally. This urgency explains why her training is compressed into an intense, non-stop schedule. Inside Leonor's brutal military training program, Princess Leonor's training is not symbolic. It is not watered down. It is not softened because she is royal. She is enduring the same harsh training as Spain's elite military cadets. Her program includes 1. Army training at Zaragoza Military Academy. Here, Leonor learns infantry combat techniques, weapons handling, tactical operations, survival skills, field exercises lasting days. She marches long distances with heavy gear, sleeps in rough terrain, and follows strict discipline schedules. No special treatment. No shortcuts. 2. Naval training at the Naval Military School. Next comes Maritime Command, Navigation, Ship Operations, Maritime Defense Strategy, life aboard naval vessels. This includes long voyages at sea, physically and mentally draining experiences designed to push cadets to their limits. 3. Air Force training at the Air and Space Army Academy. Finally, Leonor studies aerial defense strategy, flight systems, air command operations, military aviation coordination. This three-branch training ensures she gains a complete understanding of Spain's armed forces. By the end, she will hold officer rank, not symbolically, but through genuine merit. Why is her training happening so fast? Now we reach the heart of the mystery. Why is Spain accelerating this training? The reasons are political, strategic, and deeply emotional. 1. Restoring trust after royal scandals. The shadow of Juan Carlos I still looms large. His scandals, financial controversies, secret relationships, and legal investigations severely damaged the monarchy's reputation. King Felipe VI has spent years repairing that image. Leonor represents the ultimate reset. But for her to fully restore trust, she must be seen as disciplined, hardworking, serious, responsible, dedicated to national service. Military training creates exactly that image. An accelerated program sends a clear message. This is not a spoiled royal, this is a future commander. 2. Rising political instability in Europe. Europe today is not calm. War in Ukraine, increasing military tensions, growing NATO responsibilities, cyber warfare threats, and shifting global alliances have changed how countries think about defense. Spain, as a NATO member, plays a growing role in European security. Training Leonor rapidly ensures she grows into her future role in a world that is more unstable than ever. Her generation of monarchs will rule in far more dangerous times than those before them. 3. Preparing her for early leadership. While King Felipe VI remains on the throne, Leonor is already expected to represent Spain internationally, attend diplomatic summits, engage with global leaders, command military ceremonies. Her military training is not only about combat, it is about leadership psychology. By accelerating her training, Spain is shaping her mindset early. Decision-making under pressure, emotional discipline, mental resilience, crisis leadership. In a monarchy, image is power. And power demands preparation. The psychological weight of being rushed. Behind the ceremonial uniforms and official portraits lies a young woman under unimaginable pressure. Leonor is a teenager, living away from family, enduring military discipline, facing national expectations, carrying historical responsibility. Her childhood effectively ended the moment her training began. Unlike other teenagers worrying about friendships and social life, Leonor wakes up before dawn, drills for hours, studies strategy late into the night, and lives under constant scrutiny. Every misstep becomes international news. Every emotional moment becomes public discussion. Yet she presses forward. And this sacrifice is precisely why Spaniards are beginning to admire her deeply. How this rushed training shaped Spain's future queen. By compressing her military education, Spain is forging a monarch shaped by discipline, endurance, and realism, not luxury. Leonor's accelerated training is designed to make her emotionally unbreakable, politically sharp, militarily credible, diplomatically respected. This is not just about ruling Spain. It is about commanding global respect. Public reaction. Why Spaniards are starting to believe again. Public opinion toward the monarchy has shifted dramatically since Leonor began her military journey. Social media, once filled with criticism of royal privilege, now overflows with admiration. She's working harder than most politicians. She's sacrificing her youth for Spain. She represents hope. The monarchy understands something crucial. Visibility creates legitimacy. By allowing the public to witness Leonor's tough training, they are rebuilding trust, image by image, march by march, salute by salute. A silent warning to political opponents. There is also a subtle political message behind this rushed training. A monarch with strong military credentials becomes harder to challenge. Leonor's accelerated training sends a quiet but powerful signal. Spain is preparing a strong queen, not a ceremonial figurehead. In times of political division, symbolism becomes authority. The emotional cost, what Leonor is giving up. Behind the discipline lies sacrifice. Leonor is missing normal teenage experiences, private friendships, personal freedom, emotional privacy. Every step of her life is regulated, monitored, and controlled. Her destiny leaves little room for personal choice. And yet, she continues. Because she knows one thing. Spain comes before herself. What happens after her training ends? Once Leonor completes her accelerated military training, her role will expand dramatically. She will begin leading major military ceremonies, representing Spain at international defense events, meeting NATO leaders, participating in global security discussions. This marks the beginning of her transformation from princess to stateswoman. The true reason Spain is rushing her training. So why is Spain really rushing Princess Leonor's military training? Because Spain cannot afford another weak monarch. Because Europe is unstable. Because public trust must be rebuilt. Because leadership must be forged, not inherited. And because the monarchy's survival may depend on how prepared this young woman becomes, and how fast. Final thoughts. The making of a warrior queen. Princess Leonor is not just training to wear a crown. She is training to carry the full weight of a nation. Her accelerated military journey is shaping her into one of the most prepared future monarchs in modern European history. And whether Spain remains a monarchy decades from now may depend on what she becomes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Spain's royal future, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so you don't miss more powerful stories like this. Tell us in the comments. Do you think Princess Leonor will become one of Europe's greatest queens? Your voice matters, join the conversation.